You know that really cliche sales statistic that 48% of salespeople never follow up and that 80% of sales transactions take place between the 5th and the 12th follow-up attempt? But for some reason, those statistics never really change. They're the statistics that you see on every office sales floor wall and on posters and images, and every sales guru decides to put their name on it like they did the market research and came up with those statistics. But the truth is that none of those sales gurus and your manager nor the CRM company or anybody is providing you with the resources, the tools, the approaches, and the strategies that you need to actually follow up to get the deal done and see things through. So gather around, people. I'm going to give you the 5 reasons why salespeople don't follow up. And by the way, if they actually do, why the majority of their follow-up actually sucks ass. Reason number 1 why salespeople don't follow up is because they know they're not providing their prospect with any real value, entertainment, or education. I mean, at the end of the day, there's really only so many times you can type out an email saying, "Hey, John, just checking in on the proposal," or "Hey, Dave, I just wanted to touch base." There's only so many times you can say that before you know yourself that you're boring your customer to death, you're annoying them, and that they're probably just going to get back to you on that email, a text message, or actually maybe even call you back just to tell you to piss off, to go pound sand and go kick rocks. And the reason is because, again, you're not entertaining anybody, you're not educating them, and you're not providing anybody with any real value. So, of course, what you want to do is just give up. And that's what you probably do. And that's if you even bother following up in the first place. So in order to actually stay in somebody's space long enough for them to say, "Yup, I want to do business with you," you're going to have to deploy some creative, some entertaining, and some really cool follow-up that people can actually enjoy and actually provide others with value. So stop checking in, because sooner or later, your prospect, they're going to check out. The next reason why most salespeople fail to actually follow up or stay in a deal long enough to see things all the way through is because they're softer than a pillow or like Charmin Ultra toilet paper. They just haven't developed the persistence required in today's marketplace to see things all the way through. Look, if you're working a 30, a 60, a 90-day or longer sales cycle, dude, you've got to actually grow some cojones. You got to be creative. You got to do some things that are kind of uncomfortable to keep people's attention. Because I can promise you, sooner or later, that business owner, that decision maker that you've been calling on and are hoping, wishing, and dreaming do business with you, trust me, they're going to do business with somebody sooner or later. And the whole point of following up continuously and having persistence and a little bit of grit and tenacity is to make sure that when they're ready to say yes, they're not thinking about anybody else but you. The next reason why most salespeople fail to follow up effectively is because of a lack of commitment. Now, that's not entirely true. They are obviously committed to getting deals done. We love money. Salespeople love money, and I do too. However, I love money just a little bit less than I love making relationships, genuine relationships, and providing real, genuine value to the people that have the money. And so when I'm committed to the relationship and I'm committed to the person who's responsible for signing the deal with me, look, I end up becoming creative because I have a commitment to see things all the way through. If you're not absolutely committed, like lockjaw, like not letting go of this deal, and you're committed to getting the deal, then you'll actually develop the creativity that you need to provide your customer with a unique follow-up process with approaches that actually work. And yeah, that's my phone going cha-ching because I care about people. And when my phone goes cha-ching, that's great because I get paid. But what I really like is the people that spend the money. You know what I'm saying? Why don't you start valuing people a little bit more than you value the money? And then you would never have to worry about money because you're valuing people who have the money. And then you're doing deals and providing those people with value. And they're, of course, going to provide you with their hard-earned cash. The next reason why salespeople fail to follow up in today's marketplace effectively enough to actually experience real sales success is because, well, they fear rejection, because they lack the discipline and the work ethic to actually fill up the rest of their pipeline. They finally get John on the hook, and John is the only person in their pipeline. So of course, naturally, they beat John to death and burn him like toast to the point where he doesn't actually want to do business with anybody and probably doesn't even want to really be alive because he's being constantly hounded by the same commission breathing salesperson. Don't be that guy. Come on, just because you're in the office for 8 hours does not mean you actually put in 8 hours worth of work. The truth is, most salespeople could probably hit their same commissions, same quotas, and do their exact same amount of production in a 2-hour workday. Because let's be honest, that's about the only time that salespeople actually work throughout the day. They're not actually prospecting for the other 6. They're not actually banging out as many phone calls as they need to. They're not actually doing the work that they need to because, like I mentioned, they don't have the discipline, the drive, or the work ethic to fill a real pipeline where, of course, if John decides not to do the deal or he goes into the black hole and goes missing for the next 3 years, you don't really care. In fact, John, who just took a just rejected you, I mean, at the end of the day, he's doing you a favor because, well, you've got a whole pipeline full of 100 other people that you could call on and get a deal done with. So stop actually being lazy. Put in the work, make more phone calls, connect with more people, shake more hands like my friend Brad Lee says, and you will make more money. Make sense? The final reason why most salespeople suck when it comes to follow-up is because they're too busy checking in on the deal rather than checking in on the person signing the deal. I've already referenced this, and I don't know how many times I'm gonna have to beat this concept over your head, is you need to value the person with the deal more than the money that comes along with the deal. Yes, of course, you can pay your bills, you can buy nice things, you can live a cool life and have options and freedom when you have more money. But again, none of that money will find its way to your bank account unless you get the person who already has it to send it over to you. Use follow-up as a means to educate, entertain, and, basically provide people with value and a relationship in which they can do business with. People are going to do business with people that they know, like, and trust. Be that person and use follow-up as the opportunity to actually establish a relationship, get people to like you, get people to trust you, and then of course, they're gonna like you and they'll trust you and they'll do business with you. That's my 5 tips. And if you need some help with some creative, awesome, excellent, amazing, and highly effective, insanely effective follow-up techniques, I don't know, you might wanna shoot me a message, you might wanna get onto my website, you might wanna, subscribe to my email newsletter, or I don't know. There's a number of things that you can do. Just do whatever you want to do, or completely ignore this and don't follow up. That's totally fine with me. It gives me more prospects that I can do business with because I will suck the life out of every opportunity and establish relationships, provide people with value, entertainment, and everything that they need to make sense out of doing business with me because I'm going to get them to know me, like me, and trust me. Stupar out.